Hey guys, and welcome to the 14th installment of Updated Builds, a series of videos where I go back over warframes that I already made one or more videos about, and I usually bring their builds up to date. Not today though, because today we're gonna take a look at Nekros, and I've been using the exact same build for well over a year now, and I haven't been able to come up with anything better than this. It's the Wombo Combo Despoil build that basically feeds itself through equilibrium that I already made a video about last year, and it feels kind of crappy to make this video because I'm essentially making the same video again. But if you go back over all the updated build videos and you scroll into the comments, there is always someone asking for a Nekros build, which is why I ultimately decided to do it again. To my defense though, I really tried because this was originally meant to be the second video in the series. It was supposed to come out right after the Rhino one, but I just couldn't come up with other builds. Every time I would finish one of these builds, I would play with them for a bit and go, I would rather play my Desecrate build instead. And here it is, the Desecrate build that's so good I haven't touched it in over a year, and it's still really effective. The aura I'm using here is Corrosive Projection, but you can literally swap in whatever you want because Nekros Prime doesn't come with any aura polarity as standard. Then I'm using Health Conversion, which is a mod you can get from Cephalon Simaris on any of the relays, and what this does is it gives you 450 extra armor whenever you pick up a health orb, and it stacks 3 times. But if you take damage, it will consume one of the stacks after 3 seconds. Now this doesn't work very well on a lot of frames, but this setup can very easily sustain all 3 stacks at all times, giving you 1350 extra armor. And I've combined that with Vitality for a ton of effective health. I'm then using Overextended, Cunning Drift, and Stretch for a stupid amount of range because I like to use this in all kinds of situations. So I run it solo, where range isn't that big of a deal, so you could drop one of the mods, but I also run it in public squads where people are all over the place, and the Plains of Eidolon where mobs are spread much farther apart. I am then running Equilibrium, which is a mod that you don't see very often, and what it does is it makes Health Orb also restore energy, and Energy Orbs also restore health. And this pretty much gives you infinite energy throughout the entire mission because we are using Despoil, which makes Desecrate cost health instead of mana. Now you have to remember that Desecrate has a very high chance of spawning a health orb, so the way this build works is you turn on Despoil, you kill a bunch of dudes, and you will Desecrate them, which will drain your health but also spawn a bunch of health orbs. You will then run over these health orbs, which will refill your health, but also your energy thanks to Equilibrium, and give you the armor bonus from Health Conversion as well. The cool thing about this is that as long as there are enemies for you to Desecrate, which there will be in the vast majority of missions, the cycle keeps repeating again and again and again, giving you infinite energy and Valkyr levels of armor. And since I didn't want to cripple Shadows of the Dead and Terrify too much, I'm running Primed Continuity to balance out Fleeting Expertise, which makes everything cheaper, and it's mostly there for Despoil, so it doesn't hurt as much. But it's really nice to have for Shadows of the Dead and Terrify as well. Now what you could do if you don't mind having less range, which for public missions and Plains of Eidolon I kind of do, is you could take out Overextended and put in Augur Reach, which would make your Terrify and Shadows of the Dead better. Though that's not to say that they are bad or even unusable on this setup, because they are very much not. Because while the stats on these abilities aren't as good as they would be on something like a pure Creeping Terrify build or a Shield of the Dead build, you can spam them all the time. You can keep your shadows alive throughout an entire bounty session. You can just spam Shadows of the Dead over and over and over again and just take them through 4 or 5 bounties, no problem. And when it comes to Terrify, same thing, you can just spam it, though I tend to use it as more of an oh shit button. When I get into a bad situation, I'm like, what do I do? Boom, Terrify and run away. And while that's going on, you are still desecrating everything in a massive area. I am so proud of this setup and the synergies going on within it. No build that I have comes anywhere near the awesomeness of this one. It's just so good. I don't play Nekros anywhere near as much as I used to back in the day, mainly because I just have millions of resources, so I don't really have to farm anything, but every now and then I will jump on Nekros, and when I do I'm just like, damn, this build is so smooth, it plays so well. But as amazing as this build is, I still feel kind of bad for showing you the same build again, so I'm gonna link 2 separate Noob Showtech videos in a comment down below. One of them is for a Creeping Terrify build, and the other one is for a Desecrate hybrid build, so you can check those out as well. And while you're there, you might as well check his channel in general, because people always tell me that he has better builds anyway, and that's pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and it was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.